Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is The Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me for our final card in this week's stamp set of the week, Darling Dinos. And we are going for a real funky fold. So it's Funky Fold Friday and this is the card. It opens like so. It is a diagonal trifold card. Now I originally saw this being demonstrated by Connie Stewart from Simple Crafting. I think that's it. I'll pop her details below. But yes, I saw Connie do this design and I thought, that's the one I want to do for my dinosaurs. So here we have our card. It's 3 layers and as you can see we've got some really cheeky dinosaurs. So let us bring in our supplies, and there are quite a few, so do bear with me. So the first one is 8 1/4 by 5.5. I've then got a piece of, so this is Pretty Peacock, 5 inches by 3.5 and 2 3/4 by 4 inches. So that is our peacock. Then I have Lemon Lolly. This is 4 inches by 5.25. I've then got Designer Series paper, which measures 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And then the next piece is 2.5 by 3 3/4. Just bear with me for 2 seconds. And we're back. So let me go over the Designer Series paper again. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. Then I've got 2.5 by 3 3/4. Then we've got some white cardstock, which is 3 3/4 by 5, 3 by 4.5, and 2 1/4 by 3.5. They are all our pieces. Then you need scraps of white paper to do your stamping of your characters. So these are our beautiful dinosaurs. Now I have already stamped these all out, coloured them in and used our dies to cut them out. So I'm just going to bring in my little array that I have here. So as you can see, I've got my little dinosaurs. There's 3 of them. There's my long neck, my T-Rex and my Triceratops. And then I've got lots of pieces. So there is a shell for the dinosaur to come out of. I've got rocks. These have been coloured in Lost Lagoon. I have flowers. So I've got a Lemon Lolly is the centre of this one. Then I've got Old Olive for the leaves, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. Then I've got balloons that I have coloured in Lemon Lolly, and I've got Old Olive greenery. So there is everything I could possibly need to create my cards. So let's start with the funky fold first of all. So the first thing we need to do, she says, throwing that piece of paper on the block, is take our cardstock main body, which is 8 1/4 by 5.5. I'm going to bring in my scoring tool, and what we're going to do is we're going to score it at intervals of 1 inch. So this is on the 8 1/4 side, 2 inches, 3 inches and 4 inches. So that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we're going to turn it to our 5.5 side. And we're going to mark it at 2 3/4. I'm just going to put a little mark there, nothing more. Then we're going to bring in our cutter. And I'm going to pop the top of the mark, which is this little mark here, in the run of the trimmer. And then I'm going to, so try and lift it up. The 4 inch mark here is going to be at the other end. So I've got that mark there and the 4 inch mark there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it diagonally, making sure that each point is where we need it to be. cut it off diagonally. This bit we don't need, and this is the main part of our card. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just fold it in a zigzag motion. I'm just going to burnish that bit there first. Stop that from rolling away. Okay, so I'm going to fold it over and burnish. Then I'm going to fold it back and burnish, fold over. So you get this zigzag formation here on the corner, which gives you the hinge for the card. Okay, right, let's bring in our other pieces of cardstock. So this lemon lolly is going to fit on the back of here. So let's do that first of all. We can use our stamp and seal, or you can use glue. Any of those will work quite well. So that will fit onto there. Okay, that's straight down. Then we've got the two pieces of base. So this one is 5 inches by 3.5, and the DSP is 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. I'll layer that. Now I've used a very old piece of designer series paper. You can use whatever's in your stack or stash of papers that you've got. This one just suited my purpose really well because I really like the eggs. That's that one. And then this is my 2 3/4 by 4, and the DSP is the 2.5 by 3 3/4. So as I say, dig deep into your stock and see what you've got there that suits your purpose. All else fails, you can always create your own backing. Right, so there are two pieces. Now these can be placed into our hinge. So fold it over and burnish. You've then got this part which you're going to put the glue on. So you're going to go diagonally across. I've just opened this, so I know there's glue in it. All the way down and around. And then this piece will slip right up to the hinge. So straight in as far as it goes, like so. Making sure it's level at the bottom. Okay, and then you can glue it down. There we are. Okay, so that's your first one. Then, so that sits like that. Then you're going to bring the other hinge over like so. Just burnish it again. And then bring it back. And then we're going to do exactly the same with this piece. So, bit of glue down the zag. So the bit there. And then this is going to stretch straight across to the edge here, all the way down to the bottom, and it will give you your second hinge. So now you have your 3 layers. Okay, and they open like so. Just make sure that one, there we go. I'm only gluing it down. So there we've got the 3 pieces. Right, so we can pop this aside now, and we can focus on the pieces that we need. So this one is the page that's going to go right at the very back on our lemon lolly. I'm going to make this a congratulations card, so I've taken the congrats and the pretty peacock. I'm just going to test it out on my piece of paper here. I'm going to stamp it up. Obviously the one that I created earlier was a birthday card, and this now is going to be a congratulations card. stamp that like that. I can bring in my piece of paper. And then I want it to bring it over as far over to the left as possible. That way it's not going to show through when the card is closed. There we go. So there's the congrats. Now let's start adding our dinosaurs. So for this page, I want this little dinosaur to go on here. I'm then going to give him, oh, let's have a look, what shall I give him? So we've got, if I work out all three, we should be able to sort it out. So she goes on that one, he goes on that one. So that's the front, middle and the back. He's just coming out of his shell. So that's that one up there. This one is going to have balloons. 3 balloons. Come on. Oh, good grief. Like so. Got little hearts to put on. So I've got the Lost Lagoon heart on the lemon lolly balloon. And then I've got the lemon lolly going on the pretty peacock balloon at the top there. He's going to go there. So I think what I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to give a little piece of greenery. I'm going to bring in my flower on there, and trying to decide, let's one rock there and one rock there. Must excuse me, I have a throat lozenge in my mouth so as I don't start coughing while I'm recording the video, so do excuse me. So I've got some little leaves to go in. So as you can see, all of this has been cut out with our dies, so you can see there are quite a few. I wonder if we can do one of those there. He can be flat there, and that can go over the top. We can bring out 2 of our flowers. 1, 2, and then I've got a little bow tie that can go on the front of this dinosaur, and then a bow for our little dinosaur here for our Triceratops. So that is what I'm looking for. Now I need to add some strings to these, so let's move this section first of all. I'm going to close my pretty peacock because I know the way things are going. I'm going to bring in pumpkin pie, so it matches with the dots that are on the eggshells. And I'm just going to work out where each of these go. So the first one is going to come down there. So let's move you aside. Come on, over you go. Well done. Right, so just going to bit of stick. Right, so that is going to go roughly there. So we're going to move that sideways and add one there. Then we're going to, I'm just going to move that because I don't want, he's going to be in the middle there. So that one's going to go down there. That will go up there. And then this one will be there, which will go to there. Perfect. And then our dinosaur can go on here. Oh, the little bow. And she's got her flower there. And then we've got our hearts to go on. Oh, excuse me. Down there and there. Now I've got orange or pumpkin pie on 2 of my 3 pages, so I now need to bring in some pumpkin pie over here onto my 3rd page. So I'm going to move my dinosaur, and I've got some little dinosaur feet, and I'm just going to pop 2 there, and then another 2 here, and that is so they can sit, so you can see his little paw prints there, and then the hedges can go into place here. They're going to lie flat, and then the stones will go on dimensionals, and the plant or the flowers will go behind, like so. Okay, right, so bear with me. I'm going to turn the camera on pause, glue this all down, and I will be right back. And I'm back. So first thing I need to tell you is I've actually stamped the word sweet boy onto my front card here with my dinosaur, and that's from a Cutest Onesie stamp set. So there's our first little, our first little card. So that's all sat down nicely. Then we've got our second piece. So I've raised up the balloons on dimensionals, but have glued down the hearts. Again, the dinosaur, the Triceratops, is raised up, and so is the grouse, but everything else is stuck down. And then our final page is this one here. Okay, so what we need to do now is bring in our bring in our card base, and we can now attach our pieces. So this is going to go into here like so, then hopefully, yes, it does. Okay, so I'm going to attach that with my stamp and seal again. There we go. So that will go onto here. Now obviously you could use your normal write out here, or if you wanted to, you could put an additional piece of white cardstock on the back here where you would write your sentiment. So our next one is our Triceratops, and she's going to fit just there. So this time I'm going to use my glue. There we go. And that will stick straight down onto there. She is in place. And then the last one is our actual baby, sweet boy. And that will go on the front like that. So as I said, a real funky fold for our Friday. Quite a chunky card, so it's not going to be one of those ones that are going to go in the post. It's obviously going to be one that you're going to hand to somebody and show them how much you appreciate them. So there we have our, oh hello, our cards. Very similar but different. So a birthday card and a congratulations on your baby card. So there we go, Funky Fold Friday. Thank you ever so much for joining me this week. We'll be back again on Monday with a new stamp set. But if you'd like to see the close-up photographs of these, you should find them on my Facebook page, Pinterest, and also all the measurements will be on my blog. So thank you ever so much for joining me today, and whatever you do for the rest of the weekend, have a lovely time, happy crafting, and I'll see you soon. Bye.